Alright, well, we are headed out on another adventure. I was just, earlier this morning, I was out with JP Videos, filming another video. We finished up our exploration of the abandoned town of Greenville, up near Scranton, not too far from there. So that was fun. Found some cool foundations in there, so. But on my way home, I'm stopping at several places, at least that's the plan. And one of these is the site of the Avondale mine disaster. I've known about this site for a while. I've seen several videos. Even before I started making videos, I've saw videos about this site. So, and JP, who I was just with earlier today, he's been here so several times. So it's time for me to come check this place out myself. So this is just outside of Plymouth, here in Luzerne County, Pennsylvania. Here, so, and we'll soon be there. We'll talk more about what happened when we get down here. So there is the site itself, and there's some abandoned structures out here we'll check out as well. So just a little bit more to walk. And come this open area here, see some obvious foundations. There's a big stone wall up there. That's where the actual colliery was. Of course, the traffic noise you hear is from Route 11. That's up there, so that's unavoidable. This place is cleaned up. I think the first time I ever saw a video on this place, this whole area was just full of trash and dumped. Now they've cleaned it up. Looks a lot nicer than it did. So this is the site of the actual colliery. There's a cool little thing up there to look at, but up there in the woods you can see a structure. We're going to check that out later. Got some stuff here. Welcome to the historic Avondale mine site. Alright, so the story of this place is a sad one. If you don't like sad stories, then you're not going to want to watch this video. So, but there was a mine disaster that occurred here September 6th, 1869, quite some time ago. There you can see a little opening that they've gated off. We'll check that out later. Let me tell you the story first, though. So in 1869, at the time, this was one of the largest mine disasters, either the largest or one of the largest that occurred in that time frame. There's been larger ones since then. 110 people total died in this disaster. Initially it was just 108 that died in the mine, but 2 guys died later who tried to rescue the people. So there's different, in my research I found different reasons as to why this disaster occurred and what led to it. So we'll talk about some of those different things. And of course, you're free to comment below if you have your own information or feel differently about some of the things I say. That's okay. So in a moment, we'll talk more about what happened here. I just keep looking around, seeing there's lots of cool stuff over there to look at. And down in there. Alright, but before we have story time, let's take a look in here. See if we can shine our light in here. I guess a couple of years ago this was still accessible in here. You can go back in there, but of course now you see it's all closed off. Looks like it's just a room. But it would still be cool to go back in there. Actually, well, it looks like it keeps on going back there though. Sorry. Looks like there's another section back in there. Oh, that would be cool to explore this. But we can't. Alright. I'm going to take a few pictures, I think, and I'll get back with you. Alright, so like I said, back in September 6th of 1869, I think I got my date correct there, they had a shaft. There's a mine shaft that went down to where all the workings were. And that mine shaft was lined with wooden boards, from what I've read, and it caught fire. Those wooden boards caught fire. Of course, wood burns, and so does coal. And of course, I forget where in the mine shaft the fire started, but it started somewhere in that shaft. And of course, there were men, because the fire started here in the shaft, but there were men down below and in the workings down below. And when that fire started, of course, fire burns oxygen. You know, fire needs oxygen to burn, and so do people. People need oxygen. So that fire, first of all, the men couldn't get out of the mine because the only way out was to go up that shaft, which was on fire, and that's gonna kill you. But the fire was also drawing all the air and the oxygen. You know, as a fire burns, it kind of goes upwards. It creates that flow of air going upward. So it was sucking all the air out of the mine. There's also talk of a lot of black damp being down there. It was drawing that out, maybe from workings further down, because as the clean air is being drawn out, it's probably drawing up all that other bad air from down further below. There's different theories as to what happened there, but basically the men suffocated. There's 108 workers down in that mine who ran out of air to breathe, or ran out of air, or got bad air brought up from further that killed them. Yeah, and there's nothing they could do. They couldn't get them out because there was no other secondary escape shaft for those men to get out. And that, of course, that created, after this happened, you know, they created new rules and regulations that there had to be more than one way in and out of these mines. Because if there had been another way out, most of those men probably would have gotten out. So, you know, back then they didn't quite have the safety things that we have now. Of course, once they got the fire out, they did decide, you know, they did try to rescue the men that were down there, because at that point they didn't know if the men were alive or dead yet. I think they had like a little gurney, I guess you call it, they sent down. I know they sent a dog down first, sorry if you're a dog lover, to see if the air was good. They set the dog down, brought it back up, the dog was still alive, so they took that as a good sign. And I think they sent one guy down after that. I'm trying to remember what I read, but he saw there was too much debris in the way from the fire, so he came back up. He was still alive too. So later they sent 2 other men down with some equipment, with some picks and shovels to try and clear the way. They sent those men down, and for a while they didn't hear from them. And later on they found out why, because they sent other people down, and they found these 2 guys dead down near the entrance to some of the other workings. So they realized that the air down there was still bad. So 2 of the rescuers died as well. But later that night and into the next following days, they sent fresh air down there, and they were able to go down there and do no longer a rescue effort, but recovery effort. Because once they realized those 2 rescuers died, they realized that there was no good air down there, and that more than likely all the other workers had died. So, and it was kind of sad reading about what they found. 108 men and boys were down there, and they found them all. You know, some of the fathers and sons were, you know, in each other's arms, and some of the men had tried to cover up their mouth with shirts, and it was just kind of a sad scene, you know, seeing all these men. It was almost like they had just all fallen asleep, like they were still sleeping, but they were dead. So, and they left behind 72 widows and like 150 some children, you know, who are now fatherless. So it was a pretty severe, you know, tragedy in this area. I think one church in this area lost all of its male members in this accident here. So quite a sad place. And I read as well that there were several different ideas as how the fire started. They did have, this was back in the 1800s, so they had, you know, steam power, and there was fire here. But one thing I came across was that there were different ethnic groups here, Welsh and Irish, and that they didn't always get along so well. So one idea was that maybe one group, because I think when they were down in the mines, I think they worked different shifts, and one group was down in the mines. And the idea is that a member or someone from another ethnic group who was tired of the other group actually could have set the mine on fire as a form of ethnic cleansing, I guess. I don't know. Pretty awful thing, but people do stuff like that. I'm not saying that that's true. I just read that was something that they had looked into as possibly of happening, that fire was not accidental, that someone had actually set the fire. And like I said, this accident led to new improvements in mine safety. Most importantly, having a second entrance into the mine where people could get out if the primary entrance blocked or burning. Alright, well, I'm going to see if we can get up to some of these other ruins now, see what else is up there. a set of ruins right up in there. See if we can get closer to those. Not sure what these were. Looks like there was a higher level up there as well, but let's see if we can get closer. Here's what it looks like from down below. It's definitely seen better days. Used to have a roof overhang, it looks like there. Let's see if we can get up there inside it at all. There's a trail going up here. Oh, that's kind of ominous. Looking in there. Let's go take a look. Got my flashlight. Left my actual camera lights in the truck, but I think we'll survive. So, some steps over there. So there was a second level to this. I'm going up the steps though. Nope. It's all collapsed up there. Looks like you could squeeze up there, but not with everything crumbling around up there. Bad idea. It's a pretty neat place though. Got a little window to look outside. Not really sure what was going on in here. Feels like an office or something like that, but nothing anymore. Well, I'm gonna take a few more pictures of this place in here, and then we'll head. There's another abandoned building that we're gonna head to that's back the way we came, back that way a little bit more. All right, pretty cool. All right, let's head on out, check out the other building. Take one last look at that one there. And you can see up here is the other building. Cool, that's a lot bigger one. Maybe this was like an office building. Oh, wow. That's big. Let me get a few pictures. I'll be back with you. Yeah, it's just a pretty huge structure here. See a lot of damage there, though. I don't know if this is the building or the other building we're just in, but maybe a year or two ago, my friend, JP Videos, I do some videos with, and some other people, I forget who all they were, but they were here. This place is supposedly haunted because of all the people that died here, but they were in one of these buildings doing like a little haunted session, where they were here at night and they had like a flashlight set up and they're asking the spirits to turn the flashlight on and off, and some weird things were going on in that video. Yeah. If I can find it again, I might put a link down below for it, if I remember to, but it was kind of interesting. Anyway, I'm going to quit yapping and we'll check out this building a little bit back behind me as safely as we can. Some steps that go up there. I think we'll check it out down here first. Wow. Well, there's steps right there too. Pretty spacious in here. There's some graffiti, but not a lot. Not like some places. Kind of cool though. Don't really know what's in here. Like I said, maybe some offices. All right, well, I'm going to take some pictures. And I'll get back with you. All right, well, let's check out these steps just a little bit. This looks like the other ones where you can only go up so far and then they're just, it's like a jumble of clasps up there. Yeah, we can't get up these. Look at that. It's a jumble up there of broken concrete and stuff. So, anyways, this is what it looks like from up top. There's some steps to the side here. Let's check these out. I guess these are safe to walk on. Just takes you up to the upper level. Here you can see the upper level. Yeah, we're not going in there. Totally collapsed over here. Sheesh. Wow. Yeah, over here there's other stairs that we were looking up at earlier. There's no way we'll be able to get up here, so. Anyway, the rest of this up here is just a tangled mess, so I think we're gonna head back down the stairs. Alright. Yeah, there's no way I'm going in there. So, this whole thing's kind of like collapsing, so feels kind of unsafe. But all right, we're gonna head back down, and I will meet up with you at the bottom. Here's a look at that building from the other side. So you can see how the top's kind of collapsing. All right, well, we're gonna make our way back to where we started. And we'll finish this video there, I think. Alright, well, I'm back down where I started earlier with the story about what happened here. Like I said, it's a pretty tragic story, you know. Just 110 people from a community gone all at once. You know, it really affects the place. I mean, I've done mine disaster videos before. I did one with the Porter mine disaster over in Dauphin County or Schuylkill. There's only, I say only 10 people died there, but 10 people died there. There's 110. That's a lot of people. Alright, well, thanks for watching this video. Like I said, you can feel free to comment. Let these guys come by first. Thank you for interrupting my video. But anyway, you can feel free to comment if you have any other information you want to share about this place. Or if you think I got the story wrong, you can correct me on that as well. Anyway, thanks for coming along, and I will see you in the next video. I am planning on stopping at one more place on the way home, but we shall see. Regardless, I will see you around. Thanks.